Well, hello, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new, hello, I am Yasmin. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. Sagittarius, you have two videos coming tonight. I've already done a few videos yesterday, so you guys can have two videos, and hopefully even tomorrow you guys will have some videos coming out. But we're going to go ahead and get some love readings. We're going to, not even some, we're going to get the love reading for you. Okay. We're going to see what's going to come out. Hey, beautiful people. How are you guys? How are you? Thank you. I appreciate you so much for even coming in. I know you guys are getting ready with your family and everything. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into this love reading. Let's see if someone is going to be hitting you guys up, texting you, messaging you, telling you happy holidays. This is for Sagittarius. Thank you so much, AH. Thank you. Oh my. Oh my goodness. That was the last thing that I thought would come out in your first position. Whoa. Okay. The Emperor, you guys already know the Emperor is always a good card to see. I don't care what no one says. This is just how I read. I've never had any of my clients say anything differently. This is a very active energy, very active card. Okay. Now I can always tell what type of person this could be. First of all, some of you could be dealing with an Aries or an Aries or a Aquarius. That's the energy that I'm getting first. And then when we get down the line, we'll see, right? So definitely seeing that there is someone actively in your reading. Now, this is where you're moving toward. This is the energy you guys are going to, especially if you're single. Especially if you're single, okay? Because I feel like you've been in relationships where it's been a lot of havoc, and we've talked about that before. And, I just feel like this person is a little bit different. This could be actually someone that you've been dreaming of. I love it. That's just kind of something that I'm seeing. Now, I do feel like for a few of you, this could be an ex-husband, or it could be someone who is your husband or spouse who may want to, who you've been estranged from, who may be trying to come back in. Okay, it's just a little bit there. I see for a few of you. Well, let's go ahead. Let's see. Hey. Let's see. All right, one at a time. You guys, per always. Let's see. All right, there we go. Ooh, you guys got the Seven of Wands. Now, that is a little crazy because in this particular situation, I feel like the reason why there's this defensive energy is because whoever you were dealing with, there was potential there. Okay, especially if you were single. Okay, right now, like I said, there's only see a few bit of someone that you guys could be married to. They may try to come back in and reconcile. And I hate to say this. I hate to always say this, especially if you were married. I just don't see it working out. You guys cannot get along. It could be different for different people, but it's this bickering energy that's kind of nagging on my soul, where I feel like this is possibly the reason why you're completely trying to cut off anyone that you were married to. So I want to stick with the singles today. I want to stick with them because I feel like the answer here is it's a nah. It's a nah. Okay. That's just what today's reading. For you single people, like I said before, you're in this defensive energy, even though there are people who are around, who are coming around. And the reason why you're in this energy of kind of like defensiveness is because you're like, I need to see what you're offering first. You see what I'm saying? This person could be established, well established. That doesn't really mean too much, to you, because you guys have dealt with people before who may have had money. They could have been fathers and everything else, right? They could have been fathers. They could have been ex-husbands and ex-wives and all that other stuff. That didn't matter. You're like, listen, I need to see what you're bringing. I hate when my computer do this. Let me take this out for a second. Hold on, y'all. There we go. You're like, I don't really care at this point what you have. I need to see what you're actually bringing to the table, okay? Because you've been dealing with people where there was no progress at all. And this is why, look at this at the bottom of the deck. This is why you're still in that hoping and wishing stage. You've wasted too much time on individuals who were not giving you a damn thing. Okay? I'm telling you, I see somebody here who you're going to like so much because I see you daydreaming about them. I do. I see that you're like, oh my God, this could actually go somewhere. I could see this person being my husband. I could see this person being my wife. And that is where you guys are headed. Let's get your third card. One at a time. One at a time. Look at what's trying. Look at that. Third card would have been a 10 of Pentacles. I love this is where you guys are going. I really do. Oh, you got the High Priestess. And then at the bottom of the deck, you got the Knight of Swords. Y'all don't get out of any month without somebody coming in. You don't even get out of any month. You don't even get out of any year. I've been telling certain signs, even doing personal readings that I've been doing in between, that like I can always tell when someone is going to be coming in here quickly. You had 3 cards so far, and now this one, I'm like, yeah, someone will be reaching out to you. Okay, period. And if this is a new energy, which kind of makes me feel like this will be new because the High Priestess does have this energy of unknown. It's like you're always going against the odds. If you've been single for a long time and no one has been in your energy for a while, then here someone comes. You'll be the only sign getting out of 2024 with somebody coming to you at the last day of 2023. Okay. Before you enter 2024, somebody comes in here because somebody's coming in here pretty soon, is what it looks like to me. I don't see a past energy. I'm really not. And I'm not saying that it can't be, but I'm telling you somebody here that you do not know, High Priestess, will be entering your sphere of influence. Okay? Let's go ahead. Let's keep going. This is for Sagittarius. Look at that. That's 4 cards. I always need at least 3 or 4 together within a reading to tell. And you're just not going to get out of this. I don't feel like you're going to get out of this year. I don't care what it is. I don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's very active time. People are very busy. And I do feel like there's going to be people who you're going to be coming across. This could be while you're shopping. This could be while you're out. A lot of people are off work. So people that you would normally see any other time during out the year or whatever, you're getting a chance to see them. Okay. And I really do feel like there is going to be someone coming in here pretty soon. This person lives in your area. So it's not like someone that lives at a distance. This is what makes me feel like, oh, everyone's off work and they're taking vacation time off. And so you're bumping into them in places that you normally be. Makes sense. So we're going to go ahead and clarify these cards, which are absolutely amazing. You're going to be so into this person. Y'all going to be so into them. All right, let's see. Let's start with this Emperor. Let's see what this is about. Somebody from your past who could be a father. I don't think it is necessarily a husband figure, but I feel like this is someone who could be a father, could be baby daddy. But it's someone from your past who could be a father. Baby, when I say they want another opportunity with you, I really do see it, but you are you're so emotionally detached now. You are. It really ain't gonna matter what they try to do because there's someone that's unknown coming into your energy. Okay, so let's get this Emperor. Let's get about 2 cards, please. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Remember, when I do readings, I'm looking at the good and I'm looking at the bad, right? Why? Because that's the general reading. You can't just look at the good. If you are single, like understand how amazing the Sun card is hitting the Emperor. First of all, you have to understand Aries is the head. That means Leo is the sun. It means this person's face is very attractive, by the way. I can see the reason why you're into them. Okay, I can totally see why you're into them. All right. Oh, this person is, I'm telling you, there's potential here with the 2 of Wands. Remember, 2 of Wands always say, I can see the long term. I can see myself. Remember, I said you guys are daydreaming. I can see myself with you. I can see myself with this person. Somebody acting right, y'all. Somebody acting right. Oh, yeah. Ace of Pentacles is also hitting the Emperor. With the Sun card, you see the reason why you will be happy? You see the reason why it makes sense that you will be happy in the first place? Because someone actually has something that they're offering you. Remember, we talked about that before, how before you were settling. And I'm not saying you intentionally settled, but remember, there was no progress there. You were just hoping and wishing. It was only in your dreams. you had more you had more expectations from that person. That person, they already knew they couldn't do it. Their only job was to fool you long enough, just so long, to have you hooked. And some of you guys were hooked for a very long time. And it just, after a while, the Sun card talks about an enlightenment moment. I see this for what it really is. But this right here, so far you got the best combination of cards that you can really honestly have. I do want to go back to the marriages. I want to go back to that. Or if it's someone that you have a child with, someone you've been in a long term, or someone you even have history with. Remember, it doesn't have to be a marriage. I only use that, there is just, I don't see the happiness here. And I know you kind of like, how can you? I don't. I can always tell. And I can tell you what card is telling me that before I get to it, but no. Mm-mm. I see that if you have been in a marriage, if you have been with someone long term, you're at a crossroad. It's not making me feel like the sun for you. I'm not seeing it. And I do feel like there's a lot of fighting or abusive conversation or abusive talk. Let's get the 7 of Wands here for Sagittarius. Let's see. Let's just see. Like I said, we're going to return back to the singles. I think I've said enough for the long term. I hate just going in on that because it's just like I don't want to keep repeating the same thing. Like, you guys get what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? You get it. Didn't I tell you? You're not going to miss. I'm telling you, you're not. What did I say? I said for somebody, and I looked at a few cards to see the daydreaming energy, by the way. No wonder you're daydreaming. This person is romantic. You guys already know that anything with the night is very dreamy. And that's why I get a little afraid of the nights, because the night is like, well, you could dream with this person, but is it really like, you see what I'm saying? They're very dreamy. So it's like, don't get lost too much. But this is why, because I feel like I don't know. I just feel like you guys are just so exactly like, it's something about them that's making you like, oh my goodness, I like them so much. Ace of Cups. Page of Wands. Can I tell you, you like this person so much, you're so afraid that it's not going to get deeper than what it is. You're like, oh my goodness, please let this be deep enough. Please let this get deep. And I'm not seeing it not be deep. I feel like part of the reason why you're a little guarded is because you're guarding your heart so you won't be fooled again. But you like the way they're making you feel. I do see some smarts. I'm not saying that you're so caught up in the game that you are out here doing anything and that you're out here feeling any kind of way. Because remember, we are clarifying the 7 of Wands, which is beautiful. Because even though someone is coming in here, you are not caught up in a fairy tale anymore. You're a little anxious. Yes, you hope that this can go somewhere, but I do feel like you are still protecting your peace to some degree. Okay. This is Sag season. You're absolutely correct. I wasn't even looking at the chat and looked over as soon as you posted that. Happy birthday, Sag. Oh my God. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's get High Priestess. And this is anyone who's Sag. Like, you can have a Sag moon, Sag rising. And I think I understand the importance of Venus signs now. I did not understand that at first. I understand the importance of it, but it's a little bit more deeper. So I personally feel like the signs that are going to mean the most to most people are always your rising signs. I know. You can relate to your sign because that's your identity, which means this is how you identify and what people may see. But I feel like, I don't know, for some odd reason, I do feel like it's the rising signs are always the signs that resonate in astrology for me. Always. Let's go ahead. Let's get the High Priestess. But it's literally you, it could be sun. Don't get me wrong. It could be sun. Because remember, it's how you identify. So you're going to be identifying in this way soon because it's a prediction reading. I knew it. I knew it. You see the reason why if some of you guys have been in long term, you see the reason why you and your person are not happy? Because there's been a lot of secrets. And again, at this crossroad, trying to figure out if you want to stay in your connection or not. There's a lot of dismantling that has occurred here. For some of you, you're already separated from your person. You're already separated from your person. Justice is here hitting the High Priestess. It could end up being good for you. Yeah, but it talks about a choice, a decision. You want to make the right decision. And how are you going to do that? Not based off of feeling anymore. Remember, High Priestess is more spiritual. What is going to be best for me? So when you make those decisions, it's going to be of a higher source. You're not going to be making a decision based off of your feelings. You may love someone, but is this correct? And truthfully, I see a lot of, with that Nine of Swords, and this is only for those, I'm not saying that people who are single won't experience this. You have someone here that's going to love you. You have someone here where it will be long term, but that doesn't mean that's going to be the next person you deal with. So I'm not saying that you can't experience this, but I'm just saying in general with this one, I could tell that it really does have something to do more so with those who are married or long term. It was a nightmare for a lot of you. And it's been a nightmare. Okay, so you do have some decisions to make. You got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you are going to try to, you got to step. Whether it's your person needing to make that decision or for you to make that decision, you are going to have to figure out how this is going to work for you. I see someone completely shattered emotionally in this reading here with the Nine of Swords. Because this is not somewhere, this is not the place that you thought that your life was going to be. The Chariot card is like, I thought I was going to be successful. I thought that my relationship was going to be a success story, and it's not. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and get the Knight of Wands. I'm not seeing anything off the singles with that one. I don't. Like I said, some of you, yeah, you're going to date and you may come across some people where you know for a fact is doing you dirty because they're keeping some type of secrets. And part of that and I'm gonna tell you, part of that High Priestess is like, don't ignore it when you see it. Please don't. Don't pretend that you don't see it. Don't ignore it. You're gonna have to do what's right for you. And if that means that you have to separate from somebody, you got to do what you got to do. Now let's go ahead. Let's get this Knight of Wands. Thank you. Oh my. You got the King of Cups and you got the Three of Wands. You are so guarded. This is hilarious. Why are you so guarded? So the Queen of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. I think we already had came across something like that with the Seven of Wands. Yes. There's someone coming in. And again, you got two cards that talks about almost like not defending yourself, but guarding. yourself, and you see how you are really hesitant because the Three of Wands in this energy is talking about waiting and be like waiting. It's not being patient. The person is here. So you're kind of like, ah, got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, I heard it. It's like, remember, the Knight is like doing things that are like, okay, let's do it. With you, you're kind of like, hold up for a second. Hold off. And the reason why is because you really like this person. And the person is coming out as a king, y'all. Right? The Knight is trying to dive in it. You see, you got the water here, and then you got that king here. It's like you're being told to observe with the Three of Wands, because with you, baby, the only thing you're trying to do is like dive in it. You're trying to dive right on in, which I totally get. Because like I said, I could tell by the way those cards came out that this person is going to be very attractive. Okay, someone that you're going to really like. But just take your time is what I'm saying. I want to pull one more card, but take your time. You may like them, but just take your time, please. Okay, let's take your time. Let's go ahead. Let's get the Knight of Wands. Five of Swords hitting that Knight. Going back to some of you, whether you are married or if you've been dealing with someone. It literally doesn't tell me what you're going to do. You know the problem is this is not something you can say you can hide from it, or you can ignore, or you don't know. That is a bunch of crap. Like, the person that you're dealing with isn't right. They've been dealing with other people. For some of you, you could have been dealing with someone who's dealing with your friends. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, secretly going behind your back, doing stuff that is just absolutely bogus. Okay. This is an open relationship. No one is going to be able to capture their heart. And at this point, everyone that they're dealing with, they're basically telling me, you're not special. They're not special. Mm-mm. 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 Nope. So the Moon card, yeah, you're dealing with someone who's a player. You know that they're a player. Nothing is hidden from your scope, your view. You already know. And what are you willing to do? Now, I'm going to go ahead and get your last card. To the Wands. And then you got the Six of Cups. I love it, because this is an ending of something here with that Ten of Wands. Like, put this down. Whatever you guys that are still holding on to something, or holding on to hope with somebody, that it's just not going to go anywhere. Mm-mm. For most of you singles, I'm just saying, just in general, for most of you singles, there is going to be someone that you're going to really, really like. And I feel like it's going to scare you a little bit how this person makes you feel, because that Knight and that Three of Wands and that King, the person is mature. There's somebody coming in here that's of value, right? Someone who has emotional stability. They're not immature. It's the complete opposite of the page, right? So I am seeing something like that. Okay. Remember, you see the good and the bad in everything. It's going to always show you the good stuff in cards and the bad stuff. And for a lot of you, that Knight will be a good thing because they're mature. Okay. But I still see some hesitation with y'all. I really do. Let's go ahead. Let's get that 10 of Wands here for Sagittarius. 10 Wands. Thank you. You got the World card. Exactly. Completion. Can you believe you got the Queen of Wands and the King? I mean, and the Emperor? Didn't we start with the Emperor? We started with the Emperor and we're ending with the Emperor. I said, this is where you're going. And then you're completing a cycle, putting down a burden. And this could be a husband that you're walking away from. Like I said before, you can see it both sides. But if this is someone who is new, the very fact that the Queen of Wands is coming out with the Emperor, let me just say this. I'll just say it this way. And this is not sex, because yes, it does feel very sexually intense. And it does feel like there's a chemistry here with your person. So I'm not going to say that it's not. But oh, I see that for some of you, this person could be of a different race or a different culture. I've been seeing that a lot lately. And I usually don't see that I know the combination of cards, and I am seeing it. I'm seeing that a lot lately. So I do feel like this person could be of a different race or culture. It doesn't have to be a different race, it can be different culture as well, right? I always say that. So I'm seeing that. And what I was going to say is that you were dealing with someone who was dampening. Is that a word? Right? This person was drowning out your sexiness. So you weren't necessarily feeling confident and sexy with someone, right? It just kind of feels like whoever you were dealing with made you feel like you weren't beautiful anymore. Like the person that you were dealing with didn't make you feel like you were sexy. This person is the complete opposite. So I heard the word sex, but it's not based on that. It's not the sex thing. It's just the way that you feel when you're around them and actually feeling attractive. So remember, the Aries is the head. What is it about the head? The eyes and the mouth. It is visually what they're seeing with you, and it's also what they're speaking. So it's kind of like the person is, and this happens, y'all women's. I'm not saying that I don't think that the divine masculine don't experience this, but when there's a man a divine masculine who finds you attractive, you know that they say it. They vocalize it, and that's what this looks like to me. This does feel like the person is actually vocalizing their attraction to you, and this is the reason why you feel sexy. Okay, and they're backing it up, so it's not like it's just like they're just saying it. They're really backing up with it because remember, you're hitting the 10 of wands. This is something that you're no longer carrying. Okay. Oh, this is just so amazing. I think that this reading is just absolutely amazing here. But anyway, you guys have another read that I've already done. I've already done these reads. Like I've done some today that I'm going to be posting tomorrow. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, all of that is below. I am going to be doing Taurus next, or Taurus or Virgo. If you guys have that in your chart. But if you guys are interested in a reading, all of that is below in detail. Thank you guys. I love you guys. And I'll see you later. Bye.